Yeah. So, welcome to the lecture 2 on today. So, we will see coordinate systems and their transformation. Since the time is very less, today we will try to cover the coordinate system. The transformation will come to that later. I believe that we could not able to cover that also. So, what are the three coordinate systems we have seen already? Just name the three coordinate systems, please. What are the three coordinate systems? Oh, people are typing, right? Yeah, polar, scalar. Still, you are not remembering their names. Let me type in Cartesian. You can also save this public chat from here. There is some chat option available here. Public chat, you can see 3 dots. From that, if you click it, then you can save the chat option so that whatever we are doing, it will be useful for you. So, Cartesian coordinate system, cylindrical coordinate system, and spherical coordinate system. Right? Cartesian coordinate system, cylindrical coordinate system, and spherical coordinate system. So, these three are the coordinates. Please don't forget this. Yeah, coordinate systems. We'll see. So, this is a slide which shows you, it should be in the summary. The thing is, in the first unit or in the further coming units, we are going to use these three coordinate system for these derivations. These are the various derivations which are going to use each and every coordinate system. Cartesian coordinate system, cylindrical coordinate system, and spherical coordinate system. So this I'll come again with when we are doing the summary. So yes, this is the diagrammatic representation for the three coordinate systems. So as I have already told, there are three fixed axes. There are only three fixed axes: x, y, and z. So we already would have familiar with xy axis and to some extent with the z axis. So the third dimension. So if x, y, and z, if I want to locate this point, then we need to move. Suppose if consider there is a point here. We have taken the point in the origin. So it has to travel the x distance in y axis. I'm sorry. So we have to, this is the point, consider this as a point. This point has to move x direction, x distance in the x axis, and after that it has to be moved y distance parallel to y axis and z distance parallel to z axis. So this is the location of point. If you need to represent a point in 3 dimension, we need 3 coordinates to be mentioned. It is x, y, and z. So this is the thing. So likewise, if I am forming a cube here or a parallelopiped object, then this is the initial point, and we are moving x distance, y distance, and z distance. And when we are able to draw parallel lines for all these things, drawing a parallel lines here, here, here in x axis, and here, here, here in for y axis, and this one, and this one in z axis, then we will get a parallelopiped structure. We'll get a parallelopiped structure. So based on this is going to be the basic. We should understand this. Could you able to understand this point? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So, so what are the three coordinate systems? Just tell me. What are the three coordinate
Cartesian,
systems?
cylindrical, and spherical.
Cartesian,
Cylindrical,
and
spherical.
spherical. So, as far as Cartesian coordinate system is the normal rectangular coordinate system, what we commonly call as rectangular coordinate system in 2 dimension, that is nothing but the Cartesian system. So, we will have all the faces of this parallelepiped object as rectangles. So, there are 6 rectangles available to form this object, right? Now, we can call this surface as which plane, wherein which this is of y direction, correct, and this is x direction. Am I right? Sorry, this is z direction. This is y and this is z, and we can call this surface as yz plane. This is my yz plane. So whichever is shaded or colored, that portion, this portion is my yz plane. Which is xy plane now? This is my xy plane, the bottom face. Likewise, you have xy plane, 2 xy planes available, and this is x z. This is x and this is z. So this is my xz plane. Similarly, this is my xz plane. Which are all yz plane? This is y and this is z. So this is yz plane. Clear? So we need to know all these things before we get into this. So in order to represent one point, 3 coordinates, since to our imagination, we have only 3 dimension. So to locate any point, we call it as pixels. So pixels of x and y, x, y and z coordinates. So that pixel point has to be finalized. So there are 3 coordinates to represent one point here. So this is called as Cartesian coordinate system. This is very well known to us. Now coming to the same point P, which is represented by 3 other coordinates. So as I have already told, this 3 are the fixed axes, but the other 2 axes, whatever you are saying here, r and phi. This is r phi. So this is phi. R means here they have used a rho. Rho. Some of the book they will use small r instead of this. R phi and z. Right? So now r is nothing but the same point needs to be represented by these 3 parameters. Then that is called as cylindrical coordinate. If the same is represented by some other 3 coordinates, I'm sorry, this is this may not be rho. If this is rho, then this is small r. So this depends on the book. Each and every book will do differently. So as far as NO Sodico is concerned, this is taken from some other website. That is why that confusion is there. So we will be using rho, phi and z for cylindrical coordinate, and this is r, theta and phi. In Gangadhar, they will be using r here, they will be using capital R here. So that is the only difference. Right. So in order to represent the same point, it is not a different point, the same point with some other 3 coordinates, then this is called as cylindrical coordinate system. If we are using these 3 coordinates, then we call it as a spherical coordinate system. So how should we represent this? In order to know this, this point is taken here as if we did it in the Cartesian coordinate system, a point is taken here in the origin and that is moved r distance. Probably, let me say like this. I'm taking a point here and r distance here along the x-axis. It's not r, sorry, rho. Since I normally follow this small r, this is rho distance. Rho distance in x-axis, and once that line is made, then we have to shift this. We have to rotate this line for 5 degrees with respect to xz plane. With respect to xz plane, we have to make or rotate this rho line with an angle 5 degrees. Then the location of the point will be here now. This is my point location. Then increase the height, that is lift it upwards for z distance. Then we will get the same point. Now if these two are going to be the same point, then what is the relation between xyz and rho phi z? So that is what is given here. X should be equal to rho cos phi. This should be equal to x. How to find out this? How we get this? Means this is my distance, and even if this line is just lifted above in the same height, then this point is the tip of this line. And what is the angle, what is this direction? We need to know x. So this is nothing but when you resolve this point, this line, this is how we will resolve. This is the x component and this is the y component resolved. So x is equal to rho cos phi. Since this is the adjacent side, it will be rho into cos phi. Or if you want to know it further, simpler, cos phi, when we take cos phi is equal to adjacent by hypotenuse, that is x by rho. So x is equal to rho cos phi, y is equal to rho sin phi, and this z and that z are one and the same, right? X is equal to rho cos phi, y is equal to rho sin phi, and z is equal to z. So that is what it is. Is it clear? Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Or I need to explain it again? If anyone need, I will do it again. Cartesian and cylindrical. Yes? You need? Let me check here. I don't know. Yes, sir means what? Yes, sir. Whether you understood or I need to repeat. Karthik? Karthik is typing. Repeat once again, sir. Okay, fine. I do it. Not a problem. So there are three coordinate system: Cartesian, cylindrical, and spherical. For Cartesian, it is x, y, and z. It is x, y, and z. Here it is rho, phi, and z. Here it is r, theta, phi. This is rho, phi, z, and here it is x, y, and z, representing a single point in three coordinates, as if in your two-dimensional graph for your experiments and all. If you locate a point, then you need two parameters, x and y, or something in x-axis, something in y-axis you will be doing, and you will be writing a scale for that also. So in order to represent the same in a three-dimensional, one more dimension is added, it is z. So in order to represent a point here, then you need x, y, z. So likewise, this is a different coordinate system representing the same point in a different coordinate system, that is called as cylindrical coordinate system. Means a point is represented by rho. Rho is nothing but the distance between the z axis to the point. That is nothing but your rho. And phi is nothing but the angle between x z plane and the vector. If this is the line, the angle between x z plane and this line, that is nothing but phi, and z is nothing but the height from the origin. From the origin, at what height your point is there, or from xy plane. From xy plane, what is the distance between this? So that is going to be the three parameters which are used to represent any point in cylindrical coordinate, right? So what is the relation between, if both the points are going to be the same point is represented by different parameters here. So what is the relation between xyz and rho phi z? Means x is equal to rho cos phi. Let me take this as x. We will take this triangle. This is nothing but our rho, this is nothing but our x, and this is nothing but my y. This is nothing but this graph, that is this vector, is resolved into two components. This is one component and this is the other component. This can be resolved into two components. This is one and this is the other. I will call it as y here. It can be resolved into x and y. So this x is nothing but rho cos phi, that is hypotenuse into the cos phi, will give you the adjacent side. Adjacent is equal to cos theta into the hypotenuse. So with that mindset, we have written it as x is equal to rho cos phi and y is equal to rho sin phi, z is equal to z, right? But here what is the relation between x, that is what is the value of rho? Means rho is equal to, what is the value of rho from this triangle? What can we write? This is a right angle triangle. What is the value of rho here, if x and y are known?
Root of x square plus y square.
Root of x square plus y square. Clear? And what is the value of phi? Which is phi here? This is phi. This is phi. Then what is the value of phi? Tan inverse of y by x. Am I right? So phi, if this is phi, then what is tan phi? It is opposite by adjacent. Opposite by adjacent. Y by x is tan phi. So y by, if you need to value of phi, then it is tan inverse of y by x. Is it fine? And z is equal to z. So this is the transformation between the parameters or coordinates. So if you know rho phi and z, and x is equal to rho cos phi, y is equal to rho sin phi, z is equal to z, we can do. If you know rho phi z, and if you need to find out x, y, z, then this formula we have to use. Rho is equal to square root of x square plus y square, and phi is equal to tan inverse of y by x, and z is equal to z. Since this z and this z are one and the same, so it can be equated as such. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. If my point x, y, z is 2 comma minus 5 comma 6, just note down 2 comma minus 5 comma 6. So this is the rectangular coordinate, means Cartesian coordinate, the coordinates of Cartesian coordinate. So determine the cylindrical coordinates for the same point. So this is the question given to you now. Just solve it and tell me the answer. I repeat, a point P is represented by 2 comma minus 5 comma 6. Am I right? The same thing I have told, or I have changed it. 2 comma minus 5 comma 6. Then determine the coordinates, cylindrical coordinates of the same point. 2 comma minus 5 comma 6. Let me write down here. So what is the value of rho, phi and z? Rho, phi and z. Yes?
Sir, rho is equal to root 29.
Root 29.
Yes, sir.
Correct. Phi is, need to use the calculator. And what is z?
Z is equal to 6, sir.
Z equal to 6. Phi is equal to tan inverse of?
Tan inverse of minus 5 by 2.
Yeah, minus 2.5. So use the calculator for doing this. So this is what is the coordinate and its transformation. This is only the parameter transformation. We have a vector transformation also. If a vector is represented in Cartesian coordinate, what is its equivalent vector in cylindrical coordinate, and vice versa needs to be done. So you can also do whatever results you are getting, rho, phi and z, using these values, you calculate it back the value of x, y, z and check whether you are getting this 2 comma minus 5 comma 6, right? So you can do this. So with this I am closing the session today. So what are all things we have seen? We have seen certain problems in dot product and cross product, and we have seen the Cartesian introduction to the Cartesian and cylindrical coordinate system. We have seen that there are three coordinate systems: Cartesian coordinate system, cylindrical coordinate system and spherical coordinate system. And Cartesian coordinate system is represented by x comma y comma z, and cylindrical coordinate system, any point can be represented by three coordinates such as rho, phi and z. And in spherical coordinate system, the same point can be represented by three different coordinates, that is r, theta and phi, right? And here we have seen that the transformation between the Cartesian and cylindrical coordinate system. In the case of cylindrical coordinate system, x can be written as rho cos phi, y is equal to rho sin phi, and z is equal to z. And in the other way, if you know x, y and z, then we can calculate rho, phi and z using the formula rho is equal to square root of x square plus y square, phi is equal to tan inverse of y by x, and z is equal to z. So tomorrow we will see what is a spherical system and what is the relationship between all these three. If I know Cartesian, then I can able to convert it to cylindrical and spherical. The same way, if you know cylindrical, we can find out Cartesian and spherical, and so on. Sorry. So what is the assignment for you for today's session? You have to work out the problems of the vector what we have did, right? And that has to be supported. And if you want, you can take some randomly, you can take some values like this and try to convert it between these two coordinate system. One more problem randomly you can do on your own. So thank you. Shall we end the session? Shall we end the session? Yeah, I'm ending.
Sir.
Thank you.